Hi guys. So, I promised myself, I didn't make a promise to you guys, but to myself, I made a promise I was going to get out my decent camera and actually shoot some of this stuff. But that failed. So, here's a vlog on my iPad. This vlog has nothing to do with Japan, nothing to do with Jet, and 100% everything to do with my obsession with Twilight. Twilight Breaking Dawn Part 1 comes out in a week. A little bit under a week. It's actually 6 days now if you live in Australia. I hate you if you live in Australia because you can go and see it on Thursday. I can't. I have to wait until Sunday night to see it because I'm flying home from Japan just to see it. Because it doesn't actually come out here in Japan until February. There's no way I'm waiting that long. So I'm coming home next week to watch the movie. And to see my family, of course. But primarily to see this movie. I've had this trip organised since I found out the date of the movies. And actually, I was devastated when I found out I had a really critical, well not critical, but compulsory conference for my job here in Japan. I was very annoyed that it was on the 2 days that I need to go and see this movie. Not happy. Could have been a week before or a week later. I could have handled that. I could have easily come back to Japan for this seminar, but no, it has to be on the day of the release. So really annoyed. Anyway, so I'm going to fly into Australia, into Brisbane. No, Gold Coast. Wait, I nearly forgot where I was going into. And I'm meeting up with my friend Jay, who is a fellow Twilight fanatic, obsessor, Twihard, Twi-nerd, whatever you want to call us, Twi-crazy. That's me. And we're going to go and see the movie together on Sunday night, in gold class seating. Which is, gold class seating in Australia is basically, it's a cinema for 20 people. Luxurious leather lounges, like a full leather reclining sofa with leg rests and everything. And you press a button and a waiter comes and gets your things for you. Now, I know a lot of other places around the world don't have a gold class cinema sort of experience. And shame on you, you should really come to Australia and try gold class. Wow, my hair is being really horrible. Okay, back to seriousness. So, today, yesterday, the Twilight Saga Breaking Dawn Part 1 soundtrack came out and I bought it instantly, downloaded it from iTunes. I don't usually buy music from iTunes. I have other means of getting my music, which I'm not saying, but it's free. But I like, when I have something I really want, I will buy the album on iTunes. Simply because I want to support the music. And I don't know, it's just easier. But then today, the main theme song for Breaking Dawn Part 1. Oh my gosh, I'm getting carried away there. Part 1 is It Will Rain by Bruno Mars, which has been out for a while now. The song has been circulated. Everyone loves it. Excuse me while I wipe my nose. I have a runny nose. It's gross. But what happened was Bruno Mars had announced that he was releasing his music video a couple of weeks ago, and he said that Twilight fans would have to wait for his release of this song, of the video clip, sorry. So we waited and waited and waited and waited, and today it came out. Only problem is, it was released on MTV and I couldn't watch it because it was on MTV.com, which is American, and it wouldn't allow Japanese people to see it. Which I think is very racist. Why do we have these region codings on websites? Like, the internet is supposed to be for everyone. Which is why we have YouTube and why I can bitch about the internet right here, right now. Seriously, MTV and other sites like that have region coding need to get their acts together and realize, the value of the internet. I know it's it's banned in certain countries and whatnot, but seriously, it's the internet, not TV. So, as much as many of you might think that YouTube is TV, like I do, I watch YouTube for at least an hour, 2 hours every night. But anyway, this music video is so great. It's cute, and Bruno Mars is hot. Hello. But I was disappointed with the amount of Twilight Breaking Dawn movie footage that was actually in the clip. Now, in Paramore's video, in the first Twilight, in Take Me to the Equinox, and what was the other one? I can't remember the other one, but in Twilight, New Moon, and Eclipse, the video clips all had a lot of Twilight footage in them. Not to mention the secondary songs that were on the soundtracks also had a lot of Twilight footage in them. Stuff that you obviously haven't seen because the movie isn't out yet. But this one had very little, and it was footage that we've already seen in trailers and stuff. Like, I mean, there's so much Twilight footage out there already that I'm guessing they didn't want to release any more footage, especially in a music video clip. But I mean, that's what the fans were waiting for this clip. That's why everyone was like hanging out for Bruno Mars to release this clip, was so they could see more Twilight, right? Frustration. Anyway, so it's out. There's not a lot of it, the Twilight footage in the video, I mean, and not to mention the footage in it is like saturated. Not saturated. It's transparent. It's like you can't even see most of it. You'll see a couple of shots of Bella and a couple of shots of Edward, and that's about it. Like, big deal. So yeah, as you can tell by my ranting and raving and 6.5 minutes of it, I'm not too happy with the clip, but I must say, I love the song. The song is by far one of my favorites from the soundtrack. There is a couple of others that I really like on the soundtrack. Of course, Christina Perri's 1,000 Years, I think is beautiful. Iron and Wine did a remix of their Flightless Bird American Mouth, which was featured in the first Twilight movie in the prom scene. And they remixed it for the wedding, and it is just beautiful. Like, I was listening to it last night and I was seriously crying because we've seen images of the wedding and we know what happens at the wedding, and this song and everything, and I'm very visual, so I was thinking about it and trying to imagine it in my head, and I was just crying. I was just shit. So, I mean, when I go to see the movie next Sunday, it's going to be tears ahoy, my hearties. It's going to be crazy. What was another one I liked? I don't know if I really listened to the others. I mean, there's one on there that I haven't even listened to on my iTunes. I'm just looking at it now. Churning Page, Sleeping at Last. I've listened to that 3 times, so I don't know. Maybe I like it. I don't know, but definitely the 3 to listen to on the soundtrack are It Will Rain, 1,000 Years, and Flightless Bird American Mouth, the wedding remix. Get them, listen to them, love them. Of course, there's another clip on their number 15, Love, Death, Birth by Carter Burwell. He is the guy that has done a lot of the instrumental scores and music and stuff, and for all the Twilight movies. He's had a hand in all of them. So his music is always great for Twilight stuff. And of course, the whole CD is full of not well-known artists. So you can... they're not exactly indie, but there are a lot of not popular songs and performers. So you'll enjoy them. There's Angus and Julia Stone on there. The Joy Formidable... who else? The Noisettes. I don't know who they are. Mia Maestro. Aqualung. So, some of them I know, some of them I don't. The Features, there you go. So, buy it. Buy the Breaking Dawn soundtrack and listen to it. If you're at all a Twilight fan, if you're like me and you have to listen to the soundtrack and have this every song on the soundtrack list memorized, word for word in song, before you go and see the movie. That's me. I'm that hard a fan. Live it, love it. That's it. Almost 10 minutes talking about Twilight. I can go longer. I can go 15. I swear to God I can. But I won't bore you with that because I know most of you already turned off this video at 2 minutes when I started mentioning Twilight. So, yay Twilight. And I'm going. This is a completely useless vlog, but it's it's my life. I love Twilight. So, good night, guys. Bye bye.